this $20 vent cap can save you thousands of dollars. And the funny thing is, a lot of people don't know that theirs is either missing or broken up on top of the roof. I'm going to show you how to get it replaced in 10-15 minutes. So if you're running an RV, these little jobs are the types of things that keep you off the repair list. Okay, so let's look at the problem first, right? It's just a vent up here, and people don't really get up here and take a look very often. Last year, I actually had lost a vent cap and I did a replacement here. What had actually happened was I was taking the cover off of my trailer, and the old style vent like this here, actually the top just kind of screwed and clicked in. For some reason on the road it had come off. So I go and pick my trailer up again this year, and guess what happens? The exact same thing. So I actually bought this in a set, so I've got one left over. And the reason that we need to make sure that we take care of this issue and replace things is because of this space right in here, right? So what can happen is you can get rain in between here, which gets rain in between our outer shell on our RV trailer and the plywood on the inside. If you got heavy rains or whatnot, it could get really full of moisture and rain, and what's going to happen is you're going to get rotting and you're going to have a lot bigger issues. Okay, so we're going to take care of this here. There's not much to it, so we're just going to try and get flat under here with our putty knife. You can score it there if you want as well. You can take a knife to do this. Trying not to cut and I'm not going to cut the fiberglass roof, but some of your roofs are softer, made out of different materials, so you want to make sure that you can keep that kind of not damaged. So what I've been doing here is cleaning out the tops of the screw holes here so I can extract the screws a little bit easier. Now this trailer here is 28 years old, and you're bound to find some interesting things when you've got a trailer that age. I see they put extra screws in here, but that's okay. We're going to end up plugging it up. Oh, you'll notice my jeans are very torn up and shredded, and that's because my wife will kill me if I actually wreck another pair of new pants, and I'm sure that you guys can relate. Now, you don't have to have a drill to actually do this. You can use a regular screwdriver. It's just a little bit easier to do this, so you don't need to have a drill necessarily, but it makes things a little quicker and easier. Just working around that a little bit here. Okay, so I'm just pulling this up here, and voila, here we go. So now we're going to clean this up some. This is where the drill's handy. Okay, so you've seen how easy it was to actually scrape underneath this cap, right? One of the things that we don't want to do is silicone that thing directly to the top of the roof, because if it ever has to come off again, it makes the job quite a bit harder and a little bit more complicated. So one of the biggest friends that you're going to have with having your own RV is butyl tape. So this is just a great tool to have. It's cheap. You can pick it up at your local hardware store, RV place, parts place or whatnot. And what we're going to do here is we're going to put a layer right around the entire rim. This is just going to help create that extra thick bond so that we've got something to actually squish against. I don't know if that's a technical term, but squishing against is good. After we've done that, then we're going to put our silicone on top. So just follow along with me. Okay, so we're just going to break that off there. It's just a little bit of putty, right? So we're going to actually squish this part here down so it's the same diameter as the rest of it. So let's talk about the sealant here for a second, because this is actually quite important. This is not a regular silicone that you're using around your bathtub, that type of stuff. This is actually a lap sealant, self-leveling. Okay, so the best place to actually pick some of this stuff up, and it might not look exactly like this, there's all kinds of different products out there. This one's from Dicor. You want to make sure that you get this because this is the stuff that actually scrapes off okay, right? So when we painted our RV trailer, we found that there was some spots where the previous owners had used some regular silicone, and if you ever go to paint, silicone is an absolute problem. So this here will actually alleviate that problem. Your paint's still going to stick underneath this when you remove it, but silicone's a problem, and silicone's a lot harder to get off than this. You've seen how I scraped that off. It's been on there for at least a couple of years. Just make sure that you're picking up the right stuff. If you're not sure, head down to your RV local shop and they'll help you pick out the right one. So on my particular unit, you can see all the times that everything's been drilled over here. There's no leak points here because of the way that I'm going to seal it. The butyl tape's actually going to sit over top of every one of those holes. We're going to put some of our sealant down over top of that as well. So that's all going to help. So what I've done is screw this in here through the butyl tape. When you screw it in, you see how all that stays around there, and the seal stays in place as well. So I've got two popping through there, and I'm going to line up two of my holes, and then the rest are going to go in there. Something else that you want to watch out for as well is this. These are my old screws, and these are the ones that came in the package, and they're actually, the new ones are a little bit smaller, right, in diameter, and if anything, you want to use a little bit bigger diameter screw in here so that it's holding tight. The sealant that we're going to put on the outside here is going to do sufficient holding, but always make sure that you put brand new screws. It's going to make your life a little bit easier. Just don't over tighten these. You want to make sure that they have all got some bite on the material here. Reference here, this cap does pull off, right? So you can service, do whatever you want here. This does actually screw on here as well. So we're going to make sure that we get a screw in there so that the cap doesn't blow off on us again. I don't have an actual screw that's going to work well with that, so I'm going to use one of the old screws that I just pulled out of there. All right, that baby ain't going anywhere. Things don't have to actually be too tight here. It's just holding the vent in place. Let's just doing that by hand, not with a power screwdriver. This is definitely something that you can't put too much of. You want to make sure that you get lots on there, and you want to make sure you kind of overlap that plastic a little bit. This is like the messiest, gooeyest stuff I've ever used, but it's the right stuff. So as long as it's covered, we're good. I know it looks messy, but we're just going to cover every one of these bolts, bolt heads, and that's going to self-level all the way around the screws. Okay, that's gonna be it. You guys did a great job. So this is one of those small jobs that can really turn into a big repair if you ignore it. So recognizing that you need to do something about it, taking the initiative to do it, it's gonna go far for you. If you found some value in this video, click that thumbs up and hit subscribe and follow along with some of the other tutorial type of stuff that we do. We keep it real simple on this channel so everybody can follow along. We'll see you at the next Fix It.